So we're going to move first to the cell membrane and its anatomy, which means that we're going to dig deeper to the parts of it. That's the cell membrane of the plant cell, and that's the cell membrane of the animal cell. The cell membrane is actually the gatekeeper of our cell. So the cell membrane is the gate of our cell. So the molecules that want to enter our cell must go through the cell membrane first. But in plant cell, it is actually different because there is a cell wall first and then the cell membrane. But I will further explain it later. So first, we're going to the channel proteins. These proteins span the membrane and are involved in transporting molecules across it. They can act as channels or carriers for substances like ions or glucose. Channel proteins are actually fundamental when it comes to transportation, like active transportation or passive transportation of the biomolecules or molecules to get inside the cell. So that's the alpha helix protein, and it's a coiled shape, right? So it's a tightly coiled spring inside the cell protein. So that's actually the inside of our integral proteins, and they are the ones who make the integral proteins be in shape, and also they are the one, kumbaga, they are the parts of, they are the inner core of our integral proteins that do these jobs like allowing things inside of out of the cell and sending signals, because that's the function of the protein. It is supposed to send signals, and alpha helix is the one who actually supports them to do that. So the scallop shaped like peripheral protein, that's these proteins are attached to the membranes surface, right? So the integral protein are literally thrust towards the surface of our membrane, but in peripheral protein they just don't really thrust. And the peripheral protein are the ones who are involved in signaling or maintaining the cell's shape. So yes, I was high in cholesterol. So I see that everybody is actually familiar with cholesterol. So cholesterol is found within the membrane, and that's actually the stored fats that is inside our cells. And cholesterol helps maintain fluidity, stability, and prevents the membrane from becoming too rigid. So everybody, that's the phospholipids bilayer that is made by lipids. These are the building blocks of the membrane. So the yellowish tail-like thing is called hydrophobic tails, and the circular thing that is top of these tails are called hydrophilic heads. So phospholipids is the wall of our cell membrane. That's the wall with no entrance. So this is glycolipid. This is a type of lipid which is with the carbohydrate attached. They play the role in cell recognition and communication too. So this is glycoproteins. These are proteins that have carbohydrates attached, and they are responsible for immune response. We know that carbohydrates are biomolecules that will surely enter the base of what we eat, will surely enters our cells, right? The thing that will enter to our cells. But carbohydrates are often attached to proteins or lipids too. They are found on the outer surface of the membrane and help with cell to cell recognition. So, globular protein, these are often enzymes or signaling proteins that have a compact spherical shape and are involved in various functions within and around the cell membrane.